I wanted to put this video here because I think it's important to showcase the thought process that goes into a well-crafted video. Now, we produce a lot of different creative components here at Ethic, and when it comes to videos, we do everything from commercials, promo videos, testimonials, informative information education kind of videos as well. But one of the things that we love to do is create a anchor video or anchor creative content that we build an entire campaign around. And video tends to be the most impactful and the one that we get the best returns on. So I want to take you through what we call the hero's journey and evoking a fight emotion. Not a flight emotion, but a fight emotion. So let's go through this, and then I'm actually going to walk you through one of our video examples for a great client of ours, DePaul School for Hearing and Speech. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll kick it over to the slide. All right, I'm going to do a quick overview now of the hero's journey as it pertains to video. So it's been utilized in cinema for decades to do storytelling in movies to really keep the audience engaged. Now, what we like to do is take that and put it into commercials or promo videos and use the right mixture to keep that engagement, but then also get a reaction based off of a fight emotion. I'll talk about that here in a second, but let's go through what the journey is. So the journey always starts with a hero. You can always, in commercials, sometimes this gets a little bit taken out of place because you only have 15, 30 seconds. Promo videos, you can follow this pattern a little bit more, but essentially you want to introduce the hero at some point in the journey. And obviously, because it's the hero's journey. And the hero in this case is going to be your customer. Your customer is the hero, which a lot of people think like, well, I'm the hero. I'm doing a service to my customer. Well, no, the customer is the hero. Make the customer the hero. They're going to like it a lot better. But then you want to have that problem that arises. So the customer is the hero. They have a problem. It pops up. But then you're more like, if we're going to use Star Wars terms, Yoda. You're the guide. You're the solution to empower them to solve the problem. And what you do is you provide them with a service or a product that they can utilize. You help guide them utilizing your services to solve that problem, and then they're called to action. Action is being taken. Action is being done to take the resources that you provided that's empowering the hero to get them to act. And then after that action, you have a successful ending. And the successful ending can be solving the problem and avoiding the problem, or it can be achieving the goals, or really a combination of the two. But that's kind of the journey. You can look at cinema as a great example of this. And if you start thinking about this as you watch like a favorite action movie, then you're going to start noticing this pattern as well. The key to this, though, is the fight emotion. So there's some great companies out there that stick to humor, and that's what they use. And humor is great. It's one of the best emotions. It has some of the best data on getting retention so people remember it and create an action. But there are a couple of other emotions out there, and I have some examples on the screen. But what I want to really kind of drill down into is the fight versus flight. Fight emotions are emotions that cause you to stand up, put your fists up, and want to take action. Anger, humor, awe, sense of obligation. These things are things that make you want to take that action, tell somebody else about it. So shareability, do something about it. If you tap into sadness, if you tap into an emotion that's more inward, it can really strike a chord, but then it's not as shareable. It's not as actionable. It's not as driving as some of these fight emotions. So that's why we like to talk about is having that hero's journey, and then, showcasing that through humor, anger, awe, obligation, those kind of things. And I'm going to show you an example that we did for DePaul School for Hearing and Speech, which, just a little bit of background, it's a nonprofit school that teaches kids with cochlear implants or hearing aids to listen, speak, learn, those kind of things. So all geared to students with severe hearing loss. So I'll take you through a short promo video that has each of these heroes' elements, and the emotion that we're trying to do is awe. So this particular video was intended to primarily go after the parents and loved ones of the infant or child that has cochlear implants or hearing aids, or getting them, and to have an understanding of what the next steps are, and have DePaul really be the guide and the solution to their concerns. So I'm going to talk over this as it plays to identify the individual locations of the hero's journey. And right off the bat, you can see our hero. Our hero is Anna, and her parents in the background as well too. It's the whole family that's the hero in this case. And this is a very inexpensive way that we created the hero's journey, an impactful and very successful campaign. You're going to notice that you don't really hear a lot, and that's actually on purpose, and as you watch the video, you'll see why. So already through the audio and through the visual and her getting her cochlear implant, it's showcasing the problem. So we already got introduced to the family and Anna that is the hero. Now we're looking at the problem. Okay, she's getting technology to help her listen and speak, but she still has to figure out how to utilize it. And a great thing that I'm very proud of for this one that we did, and people that know an individual with cochlear implants or and especially a child that just gets them initially, understands that the brain doesn't know what sound is, so it has to be trained, it has to be engineered. It's not very clear. It's not just a light switch that's turned on and all of a sudden they can hear. So the audio kind of matches that. So you notice there the audio came to light, but it didn't quite become 100% clear, but over the course of the video, it will. This is actually the guide introduction. So this is the first introduction to Paul. We have the brochure in the background, and then the next few slides are the enabling of the hero to solve the problem and be called to action. Introduction to the guide, and then actually going to DePaul. So even a bigger introduction and seeing the tools and the resources. The guide enables the hero, and she's called to action. She's starting to learn. She's trying to figure it out, and she's solving this issue of learning how to listen and speak. And then we have a crescendo. We also have allies, which are very popular in storytelling like this, the hero's journey, where she's got other children that she's working with, and teachers.
Thanks, DePaul.
And of course the solution, the audio is very clear now. She can talk and she can speak. She's playing, she's happy. And then we have all our call to action.
At the DePaul School for Hearing and Speech, we celebrate the success of each individual child with hearing loss as he or she transitions to and thrives in the hearing and speaking world.
So what I mean by our call to action, our information to entice at the end somebody to take action. Now, I specifically showed that one to give DePaul, a great nonprofit, a little bit extra plug, but also to showcase that you can do this strategy on not a huge budget. We do have more cinematic kind of examples. We do have larger budget things that we work on, but I really wanted to showcase this one to give them a call out, but also to kind of share. It's about the concept, it's about the storytelling, it's about the process as well, because that video got 40,000 organic views right off the bat. Once we put media dollars behind it, that video has been viewed millions of times. DePaul's enrollment has gone up, their inquiries have gone up, their donations have gone up, their awareness has gone up. And it was really all centered around that piece that we built all of the graphic design, all of the other video components, all of the other elements around that really kind of helps anchors it together.